Hey everyone, it's Eric Marcus, and tomorrow is Thanksgiving, so I thought I would make a quick video about Thanksgiving in light of how much emotional turmoil vegans suffer this time of year as they sit at the table and watch the people they love most and care about most eat these brutalized birds who've never had a moment of happiness in their entire lifetimes. I mean, after all, we all know that most of the world is not vegetarian. We already know that most of our family is probably not vegetarian or vegan. But having to sit and watch the people you care most about actually feast on animal products every year at this holiday, it's just, it creates a lot of unhappiness, understandably, for anyone who really cares about farmed animals and everyone who's working to help push animal agribusiness further to the margins of society. So I thought I would make a quick video today talking about Thanksgiving and how to get past kind of the emotional pain of having to watch your friends and relatives eat right in front of you these foods that you have a deep philosophical opposition to. I mean, it's obviously a crappy situation, but then the question is, well, how do you deal with it? I think the first and most important thing that I can tell you that may be of help is that it's out of your control. I mean, there are a huge percentage of people in the world today who just have no interest whatsoever in becoming vegetarian and becoming vegan. They just won't even consider it. And maybe that person is your father, or maybe that person is your grandfather, or maybe that person is your wife or husband. And when you have this holiday where you have to just come to grips with watching, not just knowing that they're eating this way, and helping to fund factory farming and the slaughter and brutalization of any number of animals, when you actually have to watch them dine on this stuff, it is emotionally difficult. And I think the first thing you gotta know is that there's really nothing you can do about it. It's just harsh. So where is the solace, and what is the point of this video? What can you do that might make you get through these holidays a little bit more emotionally healthy and not have to feel such a great sense of potential alienation from your loved ones? I think that's a really important question, and I'd like to, I think I have at least some of the answer, and I'd like to share it with you. I think that the main thing you got to know is that in a meat-eating culture, we have, each of us as activists has the ability to get dozens and dozens and dozens of people to reduce their consumption of animal products. All you got to do is start leafleting for vegan outreach. You don't need any skills. Just show up at your college and pass out some literature. And you will just, by default, just by taking the time to do this, get a tremendous number of people to take steps away from an animal-centered diet. And you'll get people to go vegan, you'll get people to stop eating chicken, whatever they're ready for. Just because you're passing out this information and taking the time to leaflet, you will be making a difference. And of course, there's any number of other activist techniques that you may find productive and helpful. But my point is that when you make the decision that you're going to devote a chunk of your life to animal protection, it's just a done deal. It's guaranteed that you are going to make, to win over a lot of people and convince a lot of people to take the next step. That's a guarantee. But what you don't have the power to do is choose which people take the next step. You can't just decide, oh, my father is going to stop eating turkey on his bagels every day for lunch. You just, that's out of your control. If he's not willing to consider the vegan thing, well, there's nothing you can do about it. But there is somebody you don't even know attending your local junior college who really needs a booklet. And if you can get that person off of eating turkey or eating meat, that represents as big of a win, probably an even bigger win for animals, than if you got your parents to make a change. Remember, college students are a lot younger than our parents, and therefore have a lot more years of meat eating ahead of them, and it's really important to get to as many young people as possible. So I guess what I'm saying here is that the unpleasant reality that you need to come to grips with is that when it concerns your loved ones and your family, there's often not a whole lot you can do, especially if you have somebody in your family who is older and intractable and not interested in reducing their meat consumption. You know what? There's nothing you can do about it. But what you can do is help people either in your family or outside your family take the next step. Figure out where they're at and offer something attractive to them that will help them take a step where they can dramatically reduce their consumption of animal products. And I think just knowing that even though you can't change and help the people you are closest to, there's no guarantee that you can get them to make changes. It really doesn't matter who makes the changes as long as you're getting people to make changes. And so while it's unlikely that you will get all of your friends and family and loved ones to go vegan, it's exceedingly unlikely you'll do that, you can nevertheless get dozens and dozens of people outside of your social circle to move towards a vegan diet and to reduce their consumption of animal products just by doing garden variety animal advocacy, like the leafleting of local colleges through vegan outreach, and there's any number of other things that you can do. Again, I guess the things to read if you want to make your first steps towards helping a greater number of people to stop and to reduce their consumption of animal products. You might want to read the activist chapters in my Ultimate Vegan Guide as a brief introduction to what's possible. I've said in a previous video that Nick Cooney's Change of Heart book is sort of a PhD level book on all the sort of advanced things that a serious full-time animal advocate absolutely needs to know. But the point is to start. The point is to, what can you do to rev up some of your activist skills to make a greater difference? And I guess I should finish up today's video, because I want to keep it short, by just saying, well, if the things that you are going to see over Thanksgiving are troubling to you, if having to watch people in your family eat turkey is incredibly troubling to you, again, there's nothing you can really do about your family. You cannot pick who's going to go vegan next. All you can do is get the word out. And if you just take the energy and the outrage and the sadness that comes from having to watch the people closest to you partake in factory farming and help to fund that and all of that unhappiness, if you can just channel those energies and say, okay, well, I can't affect my family necessarily, but I know I can affect the people at my local college. I am definitely going to take some time to leaflet over the next semester, and I'm going to make a commitment. Making commitments is key. If you decide that, okay, I'm going to order, 1,000 copies of Even If You Like Meat or Compassionate Choices from Vegan Outreach, send them a check, order a bunch of booklets, and make a commitment to yourself that this upcoming winter semester, you're going to get out to your local colleges and leaflet. That's how you can diffuse all of the sadness that you feel from having to watch your family eat Thanksgiving dinner. You can know that, okay, well, at the very least, I'm going to go out and I'm going to make sure that a whole lot of animals gets saved, because I had to look at this crap. I hated seeing every moment of it. This was emotionally upsetting to me, and I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to impact as many animals as I possibly can, so that what I had to see is being made up for 100 times over. And you have the ability to take massive action for animals, and sadly not enough vegans know just how great an impact they can have if only they make a substantial commitment to animal advocacy. Okay, well, this was kind of a draining and sad thing to talk about, and thanks for sticking with me, and I hope that some of the things I talked about make it a little easier for you to get through your own Thanksgiving.